It's not usually my style to make a general purpose update video like this. I know I used to do this all the time on this channel because I didn't have anything better to do with my life. But, you know, now I do, and I don't really like the idea because, quite honestly, what does it offer to the general public? You know, I don't like making videos just for the sake of making videos, even though sometimes it might seem like that. But I'm going to do it because there are two things I really want to talk about, and I guess while I'm here, I'll talk about some other things that are going on. First and foremost, you may notice that the giant piles of laptops that were sitting up there are no longer sitting up there. I lost my nerve a little bit with this rack because it was screwed into the wall when I put it in, and a couple years ago it actually pulled itself free from the wall. I'm not sure if you'll even be able to really see, or if I'm even looking at the right thing, but it pulled itself away, or it pulled free from the wall, and it's been leaning. And even though I think that this is purely just my brain being my brain and freaking out for absolutely no reason whatsoever, I felt that it was leaning a little bit more than it had been in the past, and I could also hear some settling noises on it, and it just like I said, I lost my nerve with it, so I went ahead and I moved all of those laptops under there, which you can't see, and this doesn't have a video light. Yeah, there you go, you can see stacks of laptops under there. That's not ideal either. I mean, to be quite blunt about it, that's not a solution, it's just punting the problem elsewhere. So I think the end goal at some point is going to be to get some either cardboard boxes, which I already have, and I could use, I just don't trust those either, but do that, or get some of those plastic totes. So I'll do that and take the power adapters and put them in there, because my bin of power adapters, which is on the other side of the room, is starting to get a little out of hand as well. There's a lot of things that are just starting to get a little out of hand, and I gotta start thinking about clearing some of this, because I'd like to make some preparations to, I don't know, move. That might be nice. Of course, with the way things cost these days, maybe that's not necessarily nice. Speaking of nice, and cost, which I'll get into in a little bit here, this is my home theater computer, which is running. It's just kind of running, folding at home, and has been for a couple of days. I haven't really used this much. I put this together, the original setup was put together shortly before I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and the idea was I was going to be basically bedridden for the longest time, or for a couple of weeks at least. I might as well have something to do so I didn't have to get out of bed. I mean, that's dramatic. You know, having wisdom teeth taken out doesn't make you bedridden, but what if, right? So that was the idea, was to set it up for that, and it worked great for that. And then this went through a couple of successive upgrades and hasn't really done anything since. In fact, if we take a look at the SSD, it's only got 578 hours of power on. It's about 24 days, and 6 of those have been in the past week. So I haven't really been using it. I'd like to use it a little bit more, but I don't know that that's actually going to happen, because what I'd really like to do, and I don't know where they went, I had a couple of extra pairs of wireless headphones. Maybe I'll just get another set of wireless headphones and hook them up to that, so that at least I have that as an option for listening on this, instead of using the built-in speakers on that TV, because the speakers on that TV are pretty terrible. Of course, it's a flat panel TV, what do you expect? But, you know, it is what it is. That's still the Alder Lake platform, the 12th gen Intel. And I can tell you that it can pump out quite the bit of heat if you set all the CPU cores at 100%. It's actually able to noticeably make this place hotter. I had a look at the temperature, and it was able to raise it about 1.5 degrees just by sitting for about an hour running with folding at home going on all 16 cores. So that was kind of neat. So in the dead of winter, I guess that's kind of useful. Of course, it's supposed to be warm the next couple of days, so maybe not so useful there. I'm getting pretty close to the 4,000 subscriber mark. YouTube claims that I've hit it already, and I probably did. It's just that some channels got deleted or people unsubscribed since, and the number's gone back down. But I'm trying to think about what I want to do, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up getting a new case for this computer, which I'll talk more about in that video when that video gets uploaded. But I actually have to go buy the case. I'm not upset with this Process case. I actually quite like it. I know that most people probably don't because it's an old case. It's not brand new components, but I don't need all brand new components. And the problem is I need something with an optical drive bay in it. I need something with at least 1 5 1/4, preferably 2, so I can use this as well. I'd really like to replace the motherboard, but the problem is that everything is so damn expensive, and AM4 is really not an ongoing concern anymore. You can still buy plenty of CPUs, plenty of motherboards, plenty of things for it, but the selection of motherboards has definitely gone down. I won't say dried up, but there's a lot fewer options out there than there used to be. And in particular, the one that I actually wanted to get is no longer available. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I might just keep the board that's in there forever, but it's a micro ATX board and it doesn't really have enough fan connectors on it to do what I want to do. So I don't know if that's really going to happen. But I'll figure that out later. It's future me's problem. I notice this looks a little different. Used to be a Whirlpool unit that was here, and it stopped heating for the second time back right around the new year. So it was replaced a couple weeks ago with this Frigidaire. I think it's kind of sad, the lack of longevity on these things. That Whirlpool unit was less than 5 years old, and it died twice, both times when it was out of warranty. Go figure. I mean, that's usually what happens, right? But interesting thing about this is that this is the same unit that I have at the other place. It's just, obviously it's white with white LEDs instead of stainless steel with a black control panel and green LEDs. But it's the same unit otherwise. So hopefully this lasts more than 5 years. But who knows? Things really don't last anymore anyway. Speaking of things not lasting, that brings me to what I wanted to talk about in this video, and the real reason why I'm even making it in the first place. And that is, what is going to become of this channel going forward, particularly with the video upload schedule, because the video upload schedule right now is 3 videos a week. Once on Sunday, once on Wednesday, and then once on Saturday. And I have just had to reboot the server for some reason that all these videos are on. I'm not really sure what happened. It just killed itself. But anyway, I have all the videos from 2025 edited and ready to upload. There's a total of 16 of them. I have a couple of videos from this year, of which this one will be the first one that I upload, which is cool. But beyond that, I don't really have much. So if you're talking about it in terms of 3 videos per week, so 16, let's just round that up to 18 for the sake of rounding it up to 18. So that's what? 6 weeks. It's about a month and a half from right now, which is the middle of February. So I'd be out of videos by April. Roughly. Give or take a little bit. Let's just be a little bit more optimistic and say, let's call it the end of April, so the beginning of May. What do I do at that point? You know, I could just go to a style where I upload videos ad hoc. I think that's what most people do. That's probably the better way to do it, would be to record a video, edit it, and then upload it, so that it's some semblance of not completely irrelevant by the time it gets uploaded. But I don't know if that's really the way that I should do this. So I'm thinking about a couple of different things. Number one, I'm thinking about dropping from 3 to 2. 3 videos to 2 videos. So if you look at that, you look at our past scenario, that adds an additional 3 weeks to the time, and that's pretty nice. I mean, I've got more things that I need to make videos of. There's a couple of things over there, probably a couple of things hiding out under there, etc., etc. That, you know, there's stuff that needs to be done. So I can add to that in that way. But the other thought was maybe even 1 video per week. Upload a video every Saturday or something. And that's it. Really, to me, like the way that it sounds, the way that it comes across is more or less, I'm just dragging this backlog out for as long as I possibly can, just so I have consistent video uploads. I'd like to maybe add like a live stream kind of thing to that at some point, potentially. That might be kind of interesting. I used to do those for a little while and then stopped because it really wasn't. First of all, no one cared, and second of all, it really just wasn't. It didn't turn into what I really wanted it to be. It was more along the lines of, here's a project that I'm working on, I'm just going to do it live instead of making a video. And it never really turned out all that well. So, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. So there's changes that are probably coming. For the time being, I think until March. Because I'm good until March. Because what I've got here is not just what I have. I mean, there's obviously way more videos. You can see there. There's a bunch of stuff that still hasn't been uploaded just in there. That's ready to go and has been scheduled for upload. But the other thing that I really want to point out is this. There's the macro on this thing. Those are videos that I intended to upload once a month. And I forgot to do one for January. Oops. But I've only got 3 more. So I have that one that you saw right there, and then I have 2 more after that. Plus maybe potentially another one. So it's 36, there's 37, there's 38. There might be a 39 depending on how much stuff I've got on the SD card on the dash cam now. I don't know what really is going to become of that. Well, I can tell you what's going to become of that. It's going to be something that just gets uploaded whenever it gets uploaded. It's going to go into the regular rotation. That's how that's going to be. And I thought I'd say something so that people don't start asking me, because they already have started asking me, well, where's the next idiot driver video? Where's the next driving compilation? Where's the next whatever, you know? But yeah, so that's rapidly approaching its end, and I know that it was suggested at one point that I could maybe accept submissions for videos, and I mean, that's one possible option, but my intention is not to turn this into a commercial operation, and to me that's a little bit on the commercialized side. Don't get me wrong, like that's not really, I guess it's not really, and I'm looking at it the wrong way, but I just don't want to. It's not the point of my channel, you know? So I think there probably still are plenty of compilation clips of drivers doing idiotic things on the road, and I don't know how those channels make a living, but you know, that's the kind of thing that they do. Those channels exist for that purpose. My channel exists for me, which sounds really narcissistic, and there's no real way around that. So it's just the way that it's going to be, but it's meant to be me. It's not meant to be, you know, these are the stupid things that people are doing on the roads these days. These are the stupid things that I saw people do on the road over the last month or whatever. One other thing before I go, I have a couple of other channels that I am uploading to regularly. That didn't help, did it? At least plan on uploading to regularly. No schedule for that. There's this one, which I upload videos every Tuesday. It's video logs. And then there's storm videos as well. That has its own channel. It doesn't really have a whole lot in the way of people caring about it. So I plan on uploading more storm videos over the next little while. Editing and uploading more. Might be kind of nice to get some of that backlog done, because I've got storm videos from like 5, 6, 7 years ago that I still haven't uploaded. So stuff is going to have to happen, but definitely I want a shameless plug on some of my other channels, because I do upload in other places. And if you liked this video, you probably like the video log channel in particular, where I'm just yakking on into a camera. I'm thinking about trying some new methods. I did try it once on one video that'll be uploaded in a couple weeks with the camera glasses, but of course the camera glasses decided to die in the middle of that video, so I think I'm going to have to use a different pair. I still have these ones, but the problem with these ones is that I can't set the date and time on them, because the script that it used to set the date and time got corrupted, and I can't find that script anywhere online. If someone knows or has the settime.bat script that this thing would use from a similar pair, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you, because I'd like to actually get that set to the proper time. But I guess for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this with that. So if you have any comments about any of the rambling that I did in this video, definitely do feel free to leave them below. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.